Dear students, we will see stereoisomerism. Now, stereoisomers are isomers having same linkages but different orientations of atoms or group of atoms. Okay, in space. Here you can see the two examples. Let's first see first type of stereoisomer, geometrical isomers. Stereoisomers are geometrical, optical, or you can say enantiomers, and third one is diastereoisomers. Here geometrical isomers may or may not optically active. Optical isomers or optical or enantiomers are optically active. Diastereomers may or may not optically active. Okay, for example, if one compound, in case of diastereomers, one compound is optically active but its diastereomers may be optically inactive. Okay, so geometrical isomers, optical isomers or enantiomers, and then diastereomers. We will see step by step. So first see geometrical isomerism. In this, the stereoisomerism which arises due to arrangement of different groups around carbon-carbon double bond or alkenic double bond or simply ethylenic double bond. Okay, you can see these two examples, cis-butene and trans-butene. Okay, geometrical isomerism is also called as cis-trans isomerism. Cis-trans isomerism. Okay, and you can see here the linkages in these two compounds are same, CH3CH CH3. Okay, but orientation of methyl groups around each sp2 carbon atom is different. In case of cis, both the methyl groups are on same side, while in trans both the methyl groups are on opposite side. Okay, now you can also assign configurations to each of this geometrical isomer, E and Z. So it is also called as EZ isomerism. Okay, now in case of geometrical isomerism, you can assign absolute configuration E or Z to cis and trans isomers. Okay, now E, this word is derived from German word Entgen, means opposite. Okay, and Z is derived from German word zusammen. Okay, that is on same side or together. Okay, so Z means cis and E means trans. Okay, so let's see the nomenclature of these two alkenes, that is but2ene. One butene is Z-but2ene while other is E-but2ene. Now how can you assign E and Z configuration? There are some rules. Okay, you have to focus on each sp2 carbon atom. Okay, here and here. Now focus on left hand side carbon atom here. The two groups attached to this carbon atom are CH3 and hydrogen. Okay, now which atom is directly linked to this sp2 carbon atom? C. Okay, and H. Now check for the atomic number. Higher the atomic number, higher will be the priority, and lower the atomic number, lower will be the priority. So first give the priorities to these two groups which are attached to left hand side carbon atom. So first priority goes to carbon because its atomic number is higher. So higher atomic number, higher priority. Second priority goes to hydrogen. Same do for here, 1 and second priority. Now look for the same priority group. Here same priority groups are on same side. That's why the compound is cis or you can say the compound is Z. Okay. Now give the priority to second compound. Let's check its geometrical isomer. Geometrical isomer of cis, that is trans isomer. Give the priority 1, 2, here 1, 2. Okay. You can see same priority group are on opposite side. Okay. And E means end gen means opposite. Okay, that's why the configuration of this compound is E. This is E isomer and this is Z isomer. Okay, so you got it. Geometrical isomerism is also arise in cyclic compounds. For example, cyclopropane. Okay, both these compounds are 1, 2 dimethyl cyclopropane. Okay, but you can see these two compounds, the orientation of two methyl groups is different. In trans compound, the orientation of these two methyl groups are opposite, while these two methyl groups are on same side in cis compound. Okay, so one is cis while other is trans 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane. So you can give the nomenclature by putting cis or trans before writing the IUPAC names. Okay, you can see here geometrical isomers have different names just by putting cis or trans before writing the IUPAC name. Otherwise, if you don't put cis and trans or E and Z, the IUPAC names are same. Why? Because linkages are same. Okay, here 1,2-dimethyl, here also 1,2-dimethyl, so you have to put cis or trans, cis for this and trans for this. Okay, now out of these two compounds, cis compound have mirror plane symmetry. Okay, mirror plane symmetry, so this compound is symmetric. Okay, but if you look at this compound, pass the axis through carbon atom CH2 group and in between CH3 groups. Okay, and rotate it by 180 degree. This methyl group will come here and this methyl group will come here, and we get the same structure. So it has C2 axis of symmetry. Okay, so C2 axis of symmetry, but still it has some, it is optically active. Okay, mirror plane symmetry here, that's why it is optically inactive. But this compound, though it has axis of symmetry, C2 axis of symmetry, it is optically active. We will see it later. This example we will see in optical isomers. Okay, now check another compound, the two isomers. Okay, here. Okay, now look at these two compounds. Here these two sp2 carbon. Okay, each sp2 carbon have two different groups. Okay, and remember that geometrical isomers are possible only when each and every alkenic carbon have two different groups, no matter if both the different groups are common to both these sp2 carbon atoms. Okay, for example, if I put one hydrogen here, no cis trans isomerism is possible here. Why? Because if I change these two hydrogens, okay, I will get the same compound. Move this hydrogen here and one hydrogen here, I will get the same compound, C, CH3 here, Cl. So no geometrical isomerism possible here. So in which compounds geometrical isomerism is possible? For unsymmetric alkene, both the sp2 carbon atom should have two different atoms, two different groups. For example, here you can see methyl group, hydrogen, different groups, methyl group, hydrogen. Okay, both these groups are different, that's why cis trans isomerism is possible here. Here you can see CH3 group, H, different groups. Here CH3 group, Cl, different group. Okay, that's why cis trans isomerism is possible here. Okay, no need to write the CH3 groups. Okay, because CH3 is there. Here CH3 is already there. Okay, no need to put. Now let's check out whether these two compounds are geometrical isomers or not. Yes, they are geometrical isomers because CH3 groups are on same side. Here CH3 groups are on opposite side. Okay, now which isomer is Z isomer and which is cis isomer? Okay, now how can you find it? Assign the priorities to each and every group around each sp3 carbon sp2 carbon atom. Okay, so first you have to assign priorities. First priority goes to carbon, of course, second hydrogen, but here first priority will go to the chlorine and second to the methyl. So though methyl groups are on same side, but same priority group are on opposite side. Okay, you can see here first priority group are on opposite side, that's why it is E isomer and this is Z isomer. Okay, because 1 2 here 1 2, you can see the same priority groups are on same side, that's why it is Z or cis isomer. Now give the nomenclature. Both these compounds are 2-butene. Okay, so but 2 in, but at second position chlorine is there, so it is 2 chloro chloro but 2 in. Further you can put here Z or E. Z2 chlorobutene means this compound, and E2 chlorobut 2 in means this compound. Okay, or you can simply, instead of Z, you can write here cis 2 chlorobutene and trans 2 chlorobutene. Now look at this compound. Let's check out whether it is optically active or not. Now stereoisomers which are non-superimposable on its mirror image are optically active. Okay, and they are means compound and its mirror image both are enantiomers or optical isomers. Okay, but we have to first check whether these two are superimposable or non-superimposable. Okay, but you can see here you can pass the mirror plane symmetry through all the atoms through CH3 group, CH3 group, chlorine, hydrogen, and these two carbon atoms. Okay, you can cut the molecule because this molecule is flat molecule or planar molecule, so it has mirror plane symmetry. Okay, and you can pass the mirror plane, that's why it must be optically inactive and its mirror image must be superimposable on it. Okay, now you can see these two are mirror images of each other. Okay, okay, now I am going to superimpose. Just pass the axis here, rotate the molecule by 180-degree. Okay, after rotation you will get this molecule, this one. After rotation you will get this molecule because this hydrogen will go here and chlorine will go here. Methyl group also interchanged. Okay, we get here CH3, here CH3. Okay, so after 180-degree rotation we get this molecule. Okay, now check out whether this molecule is superimposable on this molecule or not. You can see here each and every atom matches, and we can superimpose this image onto this compound. That's why these two compounds are same, and hence this compound or this compound both are same, or optically inactive.